All right. So another thing, a colleague of ours who's on LinkedIn, I think one of the best LinkedIn posters. He has some very insightful stuff. If you are on LinkedIn, you should definitely join in. I forgot his name, so I went on LinkedIn, and obviously the first one he always posts is he constantly is Robert Weber, and so. Uh, he actually has an interesting thing. I suppose that wasn't the plan on talking about this, but he's talking about adjustment of status and the birth certificate satisfying him. And I think I got an RFE for two Indians right now, and we work really hard to adjust and prepare for the birth certificate issue because they had problems. But we got an RFE. I haven't read it yet. I'm assuming that's it. But we had every single document you're supposed to have. So hopefully it's not a bad RFE. But he's talking about how difficult Indians are. I have another case got today where the first name's not on there. He fixed it up, but Indian birth certificates a lot of times going to be a major issue. But he had posted something that said if you're going to do an O1 extension, extensions are 1 year. Now I don't do O1, so I just want to mention this. But you do extension of status, you can still be in the United States, not have to travel, which may be worth it right now because the embassies, a lot of them are not doing non-immigrant visas. But let's say it wasn't the case. If you do an extension for O1s are 1 year at a time. But if you do like new employment and then you do consular processing, you get 36 months, 3 years, and I have to keep redoing it. So I guess if you get an itinerary that long, that's the thing to do and to be careful of. But one thing is when I say 36 months, you got to check the reciprocity chart because it varies a lot. Like E2 visas in particular, the visa reciprocity chart is a page on the Department of State website that lists nuances of how a civil document is supposed to be obtained or to look like for a foreign country, but also their visa categories, in particular visa reciprocity reference the fact that other countries get visas for us and we give it to them and we want to match it. And you got to see what matches. For example, if you're looking at an E2 visa for Bangladesh, you can only use it twice. It's a two-time entry and the validity period is for 3 months. So if someone is going to do the E2 visa from Bangladesh, it kind of sucks because they're going to be stuck here every time they leave. They probably have to get a new visa. However, if you go, let me look up a European country Australia, they changed it. So for Australia, the E2 is 48 months, so it's not bad. 48 months. It should be, I think, 5 years. But what really sucks about Australia, you got to check this out, is the per application visa fee, visa reciprocity fee, is in addition to the application fee for a visa, is $3,574. So if you have a family of four doing the E2 from Australia, they're going to have to end up paying 4 times that. Do we do the math really quickly? Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, add 2,000, $14,000. Now, do we have to pay a visa reciprocity fee if you're doing extension of status or something like that? I don't think so. Do we? Yeah, because you're not. Let's see, what have I done? These new fees came after I really stopped doing E2s, so I haven't dealt with it. But do you have to pay the visa reciprocity fee if you're doing it in the United States? I don't think so because I had a Chinese client. And I usually always do extension or change of status for changes for L1s. And he had to go to get a visa. They charged him an extra fee after they approved it. I was like, what the hell? Why'd they charge an extra fee? And that's when I got familiar with the visa reciprocity chart and the extra fee. So for China, like for an L1, you got to pay an extra $120 per person. So yeah, we never do that in the United States. So yeah, if you're going to do Australian, you're going to want to do extension of status, but it's only 2 years. They'll make up for the price by paying your lawyer to refile for 2 years.